Hi, welcome to Endless Nurses World. I hope all are fine. Today we are going to talk about positioning. Positioning is very much important for clients with some other disorders. It is very essential to provide safe and comfortable environment for the patients with sufferings. First one is, what is positioning? Positioning means it involves properly maintaining a patient's neutral body alignment by preventing hyperextension and extreme lateral rotation to prevent complications of immobility and injury. So this is positioning. And goals of patient positioning. What is the main goal? First, we have to provide patient comfort and safety. Second, allows maximum visibility and access. Third one is maintaining patient dignity and privacy. Then what are the guidelines for patient positioning? So we have to follow these guidelines to provide safe and comfortable environment for the patients. First one is we have to explain the procedure, what we have to do. Then encourage the client to assist as much as possible. Get adequate help. Use mechanical aids to provide comfort. Raise client's bed. Frequent position changes. Avoid friction and sharing to avoid bed sores. Proper body mechanics. Body mechanics, you have to follow ergonomic principle. So what is ergonomic principle? We'll see. First, arrange for adequate help. Use mechanical aid if help is unavailable. Then second one is encourage the client to assist as much as possible. Third one is keep the back, neck and pelvis and feet aligned. Avoid twisting. Then flex knees and keep feet wide apart. Position self close to the client. Use arms and legs and not back. Slide client toward yourself using a pull sheet. Set, tighten abdominal and gluteal muscles in preparation for the move. The person with the heaviest load coordinates efforts of the team involved by counting to 3. So these are all the ergonomic principles we have to follow while positioning the patients. Now we'll see the types of position. There are several types of positions. First, supine or dorsal recumbent position, Fowler's position, orthopenic or tripod position, prone position, lateral position, Sims position, lithotomy position, Trendelenburg's position, reverse Trendelenburg position, knee chest position, jackknife position, kidney position. First one is supine position. Supine position is otherwise known as dorsal recumbent position, in which the patient lies flat on the back with head and shoulders slightly elevated using a pillow unless contraindicated. Example, spinal anesthesia, spinal surgery. So this is supine position. In what are the conditions the supine position is needed? In case of liver biopsy, the patient is placed in a supine position. The position is the right side of the upper abdomen exposed. The client's right arm is raised and extended behind the head and over the left shoulder. Then after liver biopsy, the patient should be placed in a right lateral side laying position. Then next one is Fowler's position. Fowler's position is also known as semi-sitting position. It is a bed position wherein the head of the bed is elevated 45 to 60 degrees. So the variations of the Fowler's positions include low Fowler's positions, it means 15 to 13 degree elevation, semi-Fowler's, it means 30 to 45 degree elevation, and high Fowler's position, nearly vertical position. So in what are the conditions the Fowler's position is maintained? In case of mastectomy and hypopysectomy, to elevate the head end of the bed in order to prevent the increased intracranial pressure. In thyroidectomy, semi-Fowler's to Fowler's positions they can follow. For what is the purpose means to reduce swelling and edema in the neck area, avoid neck extension to decrease tension on the suture line. Paracentesis and bronchoscopy procedures, post procedures, they are in a semi-Fowler's position. Nasogastric tube insertion, maintain high Fowler's position in order to close the This will help to close the trachea and open the esophagus. Then only we can able to introduce the nasogastric tube easily. Then irrigations and tube feedings, we have to maintain semi-Fowler's to Fowler's position in order to prevent aspirations. Sengstaken, Blackmore and Minnesota tubes, it is not advisable nowadays because it have many side effects, even though the head end is elevation for this procedure. The thoracendosis, patient lying on the bed on the unaffected side with the client in Fowler's position or the client sitting on the edge of the bed and leaning over the bedside table with the feet. In laryngectomy, radical neck dissection, the patient should be placed in a semi-Fowler's or Fowler's position in order to maintain a pattern airway and minimize edema. Next position is orthopenic or tripod position. Orthopenic or tripod position places the patient in a sitting position or on the side of the bed with an overbed table in front to lean on and several pillows on the table to rest on. So this is tripod position. This is mainly for chronic obstructive pulmonary disease patients. They can have easy breath. Lateral or side-lying position. In lateral or side-lying position, the patient lies on one side of the body with the top leg in front of the bottom leg and the hip and knee flexed. So this is side-lying position. In hemorrhoidectomy, patients placed in side or lateral positions in order to prevent pain and bleeding. Prone position. This patient lies on the abdomen and head turned to one side and the hips are not flexed. Then Sims position, it is otherwise known as or semi-prone position, is when the patient assumes a posture halfway between the lateral and the prone positions. The lower arm is positioned behind the client and the upper arm is flexed at the shoulder and the elbow. The upper leg is more acutely flexed at the both hip and knee than is the lower one. This is Sims position, semi-prone position. Rectal enema and irrigations, we have to maintain Sims position because to allow the solution to flow by gravity in the natural directions of the colon. Lithotomy position. Lithotomy is a patient position in which the patient is on their back with the hips and knees flexed and thighs apart. Perineal and vaginal procedures, lithotomy position is indicated. The Trendelenburg position. Trendelenburg position involves lowering the head of the bed and raising the foot end of the bed. The patient arms should be tucked at their sides. Postural drainage need a Trendelenburg position. Reverse Trendelenburg's position. Reverse Trendelenburg is a patient position wherein the head of the bed is elevated with the foot end of the bed down. It is the opposite of Trendelenburg position. Gastroesophageal reflux disease, the patient should be placed in reverse Trendelenburg's position. Why? Means to promote gastric emptying and prevent esophageal reflux. Knee chest position. Knee chest position can be in lateral or prone position. In lateral knee chest position, the patient lies on their side. Torso lies diagonally across the table, hips and knees are flexed. In prone knee chest position, the patient kneels on the table and lowers shoulders onto the table so chest and face rest on the table. The jackknife position, also known as Kraske, is wherein the patient's abdomen lies flat on the bed. The bed is scissored so the hip is lifted and the legs and head are low. Kidney position. The kidney position, the patient assumes a modified lateral position wherein the abdomen is placed over a lift in the operating table that bends the body. Patient is turned on their contralateral side with their back placed on the edge of the table. Contralateral kidney is placed over the break in the table or over the kidney body elevator if attachment is available. The uppermost arm is placed in a gutted rest at no more than 90-degree abduction or flexion for renal transplant patients placed in this position. In some of the conditions, we should follow some of the positions. In case of cerebral aneurysm, we have to maintain bed rest is maintained and the head of the bed is elevated up to 30 degree to 45 degrees. In cerebral angiography, maintain bed rest for a length of time. In stroke, in case of hemorrhagic strokes, the head of the bed is usually elevated to 30 degrees to reduce intracranial pressure and to facilitate venous drainage. In ischemic stroke, the head of the bed is usually kept flat. Craniotomy increased intracranial pressure, so we have to elevate the head end of the bed 30 degree to 45 degrees and maintain the head in a midline. Neutral position to facilitate venous drainage from the head and avoid extreme hip and neck flexion to reduce intracranial pressure. Laminectomy and other vertebral surgery, patient should be placed in a log roll the client. Lumbar puncture, abort position means side-lying position with the back bowed at the edge of the examination table, the knees flexed up to the abdomen and the neck flexed so that the chin is resting on the chest. Spinal cord injury, immobilize the client on a spinal backbone with the head in a neutral position, prevent head flexion, rotation or extension, log roll the client. It is very important in spinal cord injuries. Burns of the face and head, we have to elevate the head end of the bed. Skin graft, we have to elevate and immobilize the graft site. So these are all about some positions, types of positions, in what all the conditions we have to maintain this position. If you like this channel, you can subscribe to me and ring the bell button. You will receive notifications, and thank you for your support.